4, 3, 2, 1.
From Hollywood, where 93% of all medical procedures are completely optional, comes the show that takes rare diseases seriously and everything else not so much. It's time for Pain Points.
Welcome to Pain Points, where each episode we present one example of what makes life with a rare disease challenging. And it's important to note we're not complaining, we're just explaining. I'm your host, Daniel DeFabio. This episode we're talking about people who park on top of those striped lines next to a handicapped parking spot. You know, the crosshatch lines meant to be kept clear so the ramp of an adapted van can deploy and the person in a wheelchair can, not be trapped in their vehicle.
I have a handicap placard, but the problem is that I'm parking in the crosshatch, which is the area that's like a rectangle with lines going through it. If you realize that crosshatch area is for ramps. So when a car pulls in, a lot of ramps come out the side of the car. And if they come in and there's a car blocking the crosshatch, how are they gonna get out?
I've left my share of notes on windshields. I've shot some serious side eye at people for doing this. I've heard of some people who keep zip ties in their van, so if they see a vehicle that does this, they can grab a shopping cart, zip tie the cart handle to the shopping cart handle. I'm not endorsing this action, but I am saying a bag of zip ties costs about $7. Most people probably park like this because they think it's a victimless crime, like public nudity, which I'm all for, unless it's this guy doing the nudity. Too many people seem to confuse this sign with this sign. And of course the crime seems victimless to them, unless they return to their car and see a line of wheelchair-adapted vans waiting for that spot. What they didn't see is my family circling the parking lot, not finding a place to park, choosing not to go to that store or restaurant at all because there's no place we can deploy our ramp. They seem to think, I'll be in and out real quick, not a problem. But thinking, I'll be in and out real quick leads to things like Vietnam and too many Duggar children. We need to make more people aware of how harmful their real quick use of these non-parking spots can be. Because, like Jim Bob Duggar, they don't seem to know when to pull out. Don't take my word for it. Let's go deeper down the rabbit hole for a short story with Billie Short.
Thanks, Daniel. That's some imagery I may never get out of my head. Instead, let's focus on those beautiful, bright, and shiny zebra stripes next to many handicapped spots. They are clearly marked with the words, "No parking." So, what are they there for? Apparently, many people think they are a great place to return their shopping carts. I mean, why walk the extra 10 feet to the shopping cart return when I can just leave it in a big, beautiful open space? It's not being used for anything else, right? This shortcut just saved you 25 steps. Go you! Then later, you bathe in the disappointment of not making your step goal for that day. Others think my Escalade or Tesla, let's not play favorites, will fit nicely in this spot, and it's right by the entrance. Heck yeah! I mean, it says no parking, but certainly they are not talking about me. I'm special. I work with Daniel. You know, Daniel worked with Kara Sedgwick on that TV show, was it The Closet, The Closer, something like that. Anyway, and Kara is married to Kevin Bacon, so that's only 4 degrees of separation, so I must be the exception to the rule. Got news for you. No. Any one of those degrees is too much separation unless you have one of these and a permit to carry. The crosshatch spaces exist for a reason. Those lines have a purpose. They provide extra space for those using a wheelchair or a lift to get in and out of their vehicle. When I roll up into a designated handicap spot with my so sexy gray minivan, along with my 22-year-old Princess Emily, we need extra real estate. I'm talking the entire Kardashian family on the red carpet real estate. Because like the Kardashians, Oh, we babies got some back. We got some junk in the trunk and lots of back-breaking excess baggage. By the way, maybe Jim Bob Duggar isn't the only one who needs to learn when to pull out. The extra space allows me to lower Emily's lift chair out of the vehicle, and then I transfer her to the wheelchair. Oh, this is a beautifully choreographed hip-hop number. We need extra room to accomplish. Megan, the stallion, she feels me on this one. So, how can you be less of an ass? How can you be more of an asset to the disabled community, you ask? First, don't use the handicap spots if you don't need one. Second, leave the ones with the cross hatches for vans if possible. Third, if some moron leaves a shopping cart in that space, put it where it goes, please. Finally, don't be a jerk. Don't block the lines. We may not be able to change the world, but we can make life a little easier for those transporting their disabled loved ones by keeping those crosshatches clear of cars and carts. That's all for this episode of Pain Points. Thank you for watching.